What's up? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on IE Network. This is the Heaven Hollywood Report, and let's get to it. Shout out to my sponsor in case you didn't know. That's icydk.blog. Make sure you check them out on all mobile devices and the World Wide Web. And before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss one video. Now, we got a lot of things to talk about today. Let's see here. Let's start it off with Latto.
I cannot wait for everyone to hear what you did on For the Night.
It was been reported that Latto had over 100 and I think it said 130 songs, or 120 songs that were leaked.
Love you.
People wanted me to cover it, and I'm not going to cover it. I'm just going to say, Latto, you need to get your team together and find out why your songs keep leaking. All right? And, find out whoever is responsible for leaking those songs. So other than that, I'm not going to give the culprits any coverage. On a better note for Latto, it looks as though she is nominated for the Variety Breakthrough Artist of the Year award. She will be receiving that award for the Breakthrough Artist. So congratulations to Latto, on that award. Other award receivers: Elton John and Dua Lipa, Hitmakers of the Year. Selena Gomez won Film Song of the Year. Lizzo won Record of the Year for About Damn Time. Future actually won Collaborator Award. Kim Petras and Sam Smith, the Innovators of the Year, and Omar Apollo won Future Icon. So shout out to Latto, and she'll be once again will be honored at the 2022 Variety Hitmaker Ceremony for the Breakthrough Artists. Moving on to Cardi B and that girl Glorilla, and Cardi B is just talking about how much she loves Glorilla. Glorilla's going on the radio show. They're talking about how much she loves Cardi B, and they definitely have more songs together coming out. I expect to hear one, these two together on Cardi's new album that is set to be released in the front part of 2023. Now, their song together, Tomorrow Part 2, because of that performance, jumped 20 spots, I believe, on the charts. I believe it jumped from 49 to, I believe now it went back to 29 on the Hot 100. And that was off that performance. If you remember when Cardi did Up in the Grammys a few years ago, I believe it was 2021, that helped shoot Up to number one. Because at the time she did the performance with Megan Thee Stallion, Up was not number one. But then after that performance, Up shot up to number one. So I believe the Grammys Up performance and, of course, TikTok had a lot to do with that. So Glorilla, her first EP is out. It sold 28,000, on her EP, which is her first time. She's been out under a year, and that's not bad. If it was her second or third EP, that wouldn't be too good. But it's her first EP she's been out under a year. So shout out to Glorilla. And moving on to Chris Brown and Kelly Rowland. Now, listen. So, as we know, the American Music Awards canceled Chris Brown's performance. All right, he was slated to do a tribute for Michael Jackson, 40 years of Thriller. The American Music Awards called him in the midnight hour or in the closing hours, less than 24 hours away from his performance, and told him that he would not be performing. The Michael Jackson tribute was being canceled. So a lot of things started going around. It was Chris Brown and actually Ciara who was going to be working on it. Remember I said that a couple of months ago? I was like, yeah, it wasn't even 3 months ago yet. I said, y'all need Chris Brown and Ciara to do a performance of Scream. Now, I don't know whether Ciara was doing Scream. Scream wasn't on Thriller. But I did see her practicing Billie Jean. It was supposed to be Ciara and Chris Brown. That would have been amazing. Maybe that would have helped out the American Music Awards, whose viewership was at an all-time low. Only 3 million people in the world watch the American Music Awards. You know, and that is, I'm going to assume, television and streaming services. So they could have used Chris Brown. And of course, I believe if not even Taylor Swift could save the AMAs. And that is because these music shows, all right, none of the artists come anymore. I believe if they start paying these artists to come, then they would come and then they would get it back on the back end. But these artists, when you gyp them out of awards, or you know, when you don't have artists slated to perform that people want to see, that's the reason why you get 3 million viewers. And on top of that, they heard about Chris Brown before. Now, is Chris Brown not performing the only reason why it did 3 million? No. I mean, if they said they're going to cancel Chris Brown performance, yet they had Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Taylor Swift, and you know, Billie Eilish performing, then they wouldn't care if Chris Brown's performance got canceled. But you know, they cannot expect people to watch if they're not putting anybody up there that nobody wants to see. All right, so I mean, look at the American Music Awards back in '86 and in the '90s. I mean, everybody was there. Everybody showed up. There was more artists that showed up to the American Music Awards than the Grammys. American Music Awards was always the best award show for me. I couldn't wait for that because they had more of the stars and the performance. The Grammys, there was a whole bunch of categories that I don't like. I still don't like the Grammys like that. The performances was never as good as the American Music Awards performance. If you go back to that '86, a lot of y'all don't remember that. I was a kid, but I was little remembering. I still remember Prince was there, Michael Jackson was there, Lionel Richie, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper, like all the big stars, the huge stars in music, was there that night and made an appearance. If they didn't perform, they gave away an award. So it came down that there was a rumor started that the Jacksons, all right, are the ones who pulled the performance. Now, I don't know if I believe that. I'm going to have to hear it from, I've reached out to some of the Jacksons, the ones that will probably respond. Jermaine, if you hit him up enough, he'll respond. Randy Jackson will respond if you hit him up enough. I say, Janet, you're probably not going to get her talking too much about that. But I want to hear one of them say, yeah, we pulled the performance. We didn't want Chris Brown to honor Michael Jackson. Now, some people were saying that Chris Brown made a comment about the Jackson family drama, a couple of years ago or what have you. So I have not been able to confirm that. I'd have to check back and see what Chris Brown said about the Jacksons. Maybe he said they're weird or something like that. But we'll have to check and see. I'm still waiting for someone to confirm. And even if the Jacksons said they didn't want him doing it, the Jacksons have no power. They don't own Michael Jackson's estate. They don't own Michael Jackson's music. So, they couldn't say, I don't want Chris Brown to do it. And Catherine, at her age, I don't even think she cares very much anymore. I mean, so, as we stated, Kelly Rowland is still sticking by Chris Brown. She put this down in the comments to let him know that she was still sticking by him. And, this is the time for BET to take advantage. BET, you should see a big advantage here and say, you know what? Maybe they won't put you on, Chris. We'll put you on. And you and Ciara do that tribute over here to BET. And you watch the BET Awards get more viewers than the American Music Awards. But BET has to take advantage of this situation right now. So will they do it? We'll have to find out. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends. I'll be back with another one and another one. Y'all be cool.